Mind, body, and spirit, and earth are all interconnected within the golden liquid light. They are all one, yet each affects the other in subtle ways. Humans moving into the fifth dimension must understand this concept and also understand the subtlety of the mental body's and mind's influence on the creative process. This is especially true for scientists. If this is not understood, evolution will be stalled and chaos will result, causing pain to those moving through this portal of time-space. A magnetic flux exists in the universe, which will be experienced more fully when Earth is integrated into the fifth dimension. It is sensitive and fluctuates easily through the stimulus-response patterns, being emitted constantly by various energy sources. For example, whenever there is a disruption in the force field, a momentary disturbance is created in the magnetic resonance patterns around individuals. The cycles of the moon and the subsequent effects on human behavior illustrate this point. When such disturbances occur, information received by individuals is disrupted, and the mathematical symbols are disturbed. This causes inaccurate information to be received and assembled within the mind. I place the word inaccurate in quotation marks to make a point. In reality, no information received is inaccurate because all information is received as a result of the magnetic patterns that form around an individual. Students of universal laws know this to be true and recognize that this statement is in reference to the law of attraction. By using quotations, I emphasize that information exists that is more stable and conducive to the growth of the individual's 9 bodies, and that this greater wisdom can be accessed through higher vibrational patterns within the divine mind. When an individual is calmer and more stable, his or her ability to receive higher forms of information with fewer distortions is increased. Therefore, information received under these conditions is deemed to be more accurate. Another way to assist one's understanding is to provide another explanation. Accurate also can be defined in terms of information received through stages of the evolutionary development of the soul. What is understood and accepted as truth and accurate in one phase of development is discarded later as the person evolves into higher fields of understanding. Thus, this explains how science has evolved through the centuries. As wisdom and knowledge expand and become stabilized, concepts are received at higher levels of understanding and development. This then changes the face of the truth. Awaken, my sisters and brothers of the stars. You are the spark of divine creation, come to earth to be the co-creators with God. Remember oneness. All is mind, all is thought, all is the all. In the universal mind of oneness, I, Pallas Athena, born out of the mind of Zeus, conclude this discourse. So be it. Next chapter. Law of vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates. The Kabbalion. That's what that is from. Everything in the universe is in motion, whether solid, liquid, or gas. All things move, vibrate, and travel in circular patterns. Each thing that exists is identified by its own unique vibrational frequency. Frequency is defined as the number of periodic oscillations, vibrations, or waves per unit of time. No two things in the universe are truly identical because each has a unique vibrational pattern. The difference between matter and energy are explained primarily by the differences in those vibratory motions. Phenomena such as light, heat, magnetism, electricity, and sound are forms of vibratory motion, just as trees, desks, flowers, and animals are. When things vibrate very slowly, we hear no sound. Physical objects vibrate slowly, which is why we cannot hear any sounds emanating from them. As vibration has increased, we begin to hear lower-pitched sounds. Further increases in vibrations allow us to hear higher-pitched notes, at which we strike the ascending keys, as when we strike the ascending keys of the piano. If vibrations increase further to a higher frequency, we may not be able to hear the sound because it may have moved out of our ability to register the frequency. So it is with our ability to see color. We are limited in seeing only the colors that are contained within the spectrum of light, the rainbow. Our first perception of color is of a dark red. As vibrations increase, the red becomes brighter, then turns to orange, and then to yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Violet vibrates higher into ultraviolet, where we no longer have the ability to see the color, just as we cannot see infrared with the naked eye. The same principles of vibration that apply to the physical world also apply to us and to our thoughts, feelings, desires, and will. We each have our own unique sound, say the Ascended Masters, and that perfect sound is who we really are. If we could become still long enough to connect with this sound, we would discover our true perfect self. Disruptions in our lives, our lifestyles, television, radio, people, and noises in general all serve to keep us from hearing that perfect sound within and from becoming it. Many of the vibrational frequencies in the world work to compete with and disrupt our mental and emotional states, keeping us from connecting with the perfection lying dormant inside. Our thoughts, emotions, and will send out vibrations into the universe. Every thought or mental state has a corresponding rate and mode of vibration. The higher the vibration, the longer lasting the effects are. The lower the vibration, the more potent the effects are in the short term. In the higher dimensions, such as the fifth dimension, the law of vibration is considered to be what is. In these dimensions, nothing is assigned meaning, only a frequency. Thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and actions are understood for the level at which they reside. An angry person is analyzed objectively as being angry, with no value assigned to the behavior. An effort is made to try and understand the behavior, and perhaps a plan is prepared to try and raise the vibrational frequency to a higher level, thus transmuting the anger into something less painful. We live in the third dimension, the plane of dichotomies, which reflects most things as good, bad, black, white, or yes, no. Because our identity is associated with this mode of operation, most of us have a characteristic style of optimism or pessimism. Optimism resides on a higher frequency, and pessimism resides on a lower frequency. Optimists tend to expect more of the world. This is communicated to others and is likely to be realized. Pessimists expect the negative. They anticipate gloom and doom and actually help create it. Our basic style is important because whatever we choose creates a vibration that goes out into the collective consciousness and helps either to raise Earth's vibration or to lower them. When we express negativity, we take on an amount of negativity equal to what we have expressed. Similarly, when we express ourselves in positive ways, we take on an equal amount of positive vibrations. Vibrations not only affect us, but also impact the people around us. Positive or negative vibrations may resonate in others and create similar vibrations. If we send out thoughts of envy, criticism, hatred, or jealousy, then the same thought forms are aroused and sent back by others. Each of us has the power to choose. We can align our bodies and our behaviors to create harmony and consistency with the God within us. Just as we care for our bodies by choosing options and behaviors, food, exercise, freedom from addictions, to maintain our balance and remain in a state of health, we also must take care of our minds by choosing good thoughts. Positive thoughts help us move on our journey to spiritual development. Other thoughts inhibit our progress or cause us to regress. When we learn to choose the good, we move toward spiritual goals with measured progress. Often the first full impact of our behavior on others is not well understood. We can be a positive force working for the betterment of our organization or community, or we can be a negative force and tear down what is being built.